Hello and welcome to Season 4 of The Journey with Kirsty and Simon, a journey that really has only just begun. It's a podcast that gives us the opportunity to bump our gums and talk about our life and how we go about running our mountain B&B, always in our own fun, unique and irreverent way. Thank you for joining us and welcome on board.
Ready?
As ever.
Full up. Same day, different podcast.
Do you want to say that?
We can do. We're in the same clothes. You're just a bit knackered and grumpy now because you've been out. You was hurting yesterday because you've done a lot of work yesterday. I'll give you that. So and then you saw today she'd been a miserable builder today. We've been out.
I pulled my hamstring. But as it's warmed up today, it's eased.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. We've derelict-proofed the fencing.
Well, we think.
Again. We've just got to go and get some wood stain for the kennel roof, haven't we?
We've done a time. It's not quite finished yet, but we've done a time lapse of me building it.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna. That's gonna go on Patreon and that now, isn't it?
I know you're looking at putting our Patreon up again. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot going on digitally, isn't there?
Yeah, I think, but we're gonna stick out quite a lot of content this year. So
look at that. That's an exciting bit of lovely over there. Shall I show the camera that?
No.
No. All right then. Shall I show the camera that? No.
That's our project. Did the pins work then?
Well.
Of a fashion.
Better.
Cool.
Anyway, that's us. Another day, another
cryptic,
podcast.
Innit? Yeah.
Bit cryptic. We've got a big year project. We spoke about it in the last one. A year project going on. So every week we've got to get a little bit closer, but it's first steps, which we identified this morning. First steps for me is very exciting.
Yeah.
And I want to push and work on it and go for it. And
you've got to try and rein that in a little bit because we've got a lot going on at the moment.
Yeah, but I can't.
No, I know, but
because that's the speed I go.
I know, but we'll work on it.
It's you know, yin and yang and all that. Because you don't go at that speed. You like to do one thing at one track pony.
No, I just like to focus on something and get it done and make sure it's done properly.
But it's all about communication.
And when I do focus on that, it will be done properly.
It will be done properly, that's right.
But in the meantime, we can plan a lot of it. That's not a problem. We can keep going with with your enthusiasm and that and get it planned and stuff. But yeah, we're starting with it. We're going to do a lot of
shake it all up. Do it all differently.
But kind of we're going to continue filming as if we're being filmed, but we're going to film us, eh? It's going to be us and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot more. And it's more going forward with, the guest house and advertising the guest house. You can't just sit on your laurels that you've got your channels there and, booking.com and stuff, and it's all going to come in. You need to keep relevant. Yeah. So it's kind of scared us a bit because we're not relevant. We've shown our age in as much as, well, thank God you're a bit more technological than me.
I don't think the word is a bit.
I know, just carry on. A bit more. I could be, I just choose not to. Why have a dog and bark yourself?
Don't give me that. You always come along with that when you can't, when you know you haven't got a chuffing clue.
But I would have a clue if I'd done it.
But it doesn't matter that you don't have a chuffing clue because
by choice,
do.
I
and
don't.
That's important.
I own it.
We balance each other, yin and yang.
Yeah. Or maybe I want to be yang and yin. I own my shit. I don't do it. I've got you to do it. It's one of the many, many, many reasons I married you.
I know, but then when I've got so much shitloads of work,
you're always going to have a lot of work to do.
And then you go on doing the washing up again.
Yeah, you're always going to have a lot of work to do because that's one of the reasons you married me, because I push you.
Yes,
completely and fully, always.
That's true. I'm prepared to work very hard.
Just a little bit harder at the moment,
to get where we want to be. My body's not keeping up with the
your
level.
Body's not keeping up. I can only say about getting information. You getting into bed last night was a little.
You found it highly amusing.
Forward jump to our old age, wasn't it? It was just a little forward jump.
It was me at about 84. Or 48, depending on which way you want to look at it.
It was a lot to process. It's all right, I still loved you.
That's good.
Yeah. It's fine.
The point is I got into bed and I got out again, and that is what matters.
In the same position, because once you got in, you couldn't turn your light off. You just collapsed in bed. Bless you. Couldn't take socks off, could you? Well, you did, but it was quite amusing to watch.
I'm sure
watch
it was.
The struggle.
Well, to be honest, in times before, I've landed head first on the floor.
Couldn't bend, could you?
Couldn't bend at all.
God
No.
love you.
No.
God love you. But anyway, another day, another day's work for Bestie. But you're a bit more computering now, aren't you? This afternoon, we've had to split the day up.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
Anything else going on up our mountain?
No.
You want to share?
No. Well, only that. Keep all the things that we've got. You juggle all the irons in the fire. The problem is it overwhelms me. We've talked about this.
I know.
before.
I have to pull back. I know not to overwhelm you.
It's not about. It's that. It's more about I don't want to think about all the stuff I have to do at the same time, because if I do, that kind of sits on my shoulders and I go, oh my good
I know.
God.
It has a different effect to you. It doesn't necessarily. I don't like it either, but it's like I think it keeps my triplets happy. That there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I definitely. They say that, don't
You
they?
ain't bored
do more,
at the
you
moment.
do more. Do more, you do more. I like it.
You're not bored at the moment. We've
No,
got
I've
our
got a
project
lot of
going on.
projects.
We've got which is good. Let's keep it going, because
Yes.
all income streams lead to the same pot.
Well, you just need to think of the big picture. You need to think of the future all the time,
Oh,
don't you?
absolutely.
So that's what dawned on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's all very well, yeah. So
Cool.
let's see.
Happy
Let's
days.
see. But it's all like manual jobs as well. Pool tiling. I'll be happy when the pool's tiling's done. There's big jobs. Big jobs to do.
Anyway,
get the
but-
pool tiled, get the house painted.
Yeah, and we're thinking of doing our Patreon. If you don't know what that is and you're listening, it's a subscription service where we can create content digitally, and then basically people who want to can subscribe each month, and they get access to the content. And I
Less
think
than the price of a cup of coffee.
yeah, we're at the lowest tier is literally it's not been decided, but it's going to be between €1 and €2, no more, a month. So it's like, if you want to support us and see what we do, and we'll be posting some stuff to Facebook, but the majority of it will be on there. So if you want to see what it is, go
But it's
on
through
there.
Facebook, isn't it?
Well, it's not a Facebook thing, but
No, but it is
you'll be
connected
able to
anyway.
get it all through. Yeah, you can. We'll show you what to do anyway.
Yeah.
So
It's a little while off. It's just a little jiggle and a change that we're doing.
yeah.
Again, going forward, because it's like simplifying it, but still not simplifying it and moving forward.
Yeah. Put it this way, if
Digitally.
we're going to spend the time and do all this content, which is going to be a lot, and it's going to be us filming and all that kind of stuff, then although some of it is obviously for marketing and for doing the B&B and everything like that, it's something that we're going to spend an awful lot of time and an awful lot of hours doing, and we need to get something back in return for it. So that's what
We don't need to. You would like to. I think you need to
I
change your thing on that.
No, need is the wrong word.
Yeah,
You're right there.
absolutely.
It's
It's a
not.
choice. You would like to make it worth it.
I would like to make it worth it. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly right. So
Anyway,
that's what
we'll
we're
see.
gonna do.
Is this the plans? Plans
We'll
for
see
the
how it goes.
future. Still, I mean, if you don't want to change or move forward with it, actually it won't make any difference to you, because the podcast will still be there.
Yeah.
And the Facebook will still be there.
Yeah.
So it's if you want to see more, there's a way of seeing more.
Yes,
kind of
absolutely.
thing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So there
So
we
can
go.
do the filming of the next Where Are They Now and stuff. We can put it on there, all that
Yeah,
kind of
all
stuff.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the scores on the doors. They haven't changed, have they?
Well, not in the last 3 hours, no.
Well, no, I just thought I'd mention it,
Well, you were the one who said we were recording this on the
7-5,
same day.
same as Man U on Saturday.
No,
although
that was
7-0.
When we said that in the
So
last podcast
satisfying.
as well. So
I just thought I'd say it again.
Can we not say it again?
No, I can say it as many times as I want. You're not the boss, mate.
Go and play with your fairy garden.
I will, whenever I want to. It's rude, that is, as well. You shouldn't say that. It's
What?
rude. It's
Why is it rude?
Because it is rude. Go and play with your fairy garden.
Yeah,
It might be important to me.
Are you all right? You've changed since this morning.
Why?
You would normally laugh at that.
I did laugh at it, but then I went, it's rude.
But they're
Just
there.
say
Look,
that.
look at your 2 houses. Are you going to make another one?
Might not.
Is that one finished over there?
No. I need to do the garden
Well,
for the fairies.
There you go then. Crack on.
Okay.
Right, what we're
do.
going to talk about. Welcome to episode 12, everybody. My God, we don't think we've said that. We're about 10 minutes in and we haven't
Are
even
we?
said,
Okay.
Welcome to episode 12.
Explain B&B the best way. Oh, spoke about that in the last one. Spoke about Derek. Summer's here.
Oh yeah, what a difference. What a difference when the weather changes, and it can just change like that here in Spain, can't it?
You literally feel someone with the dial going, turning it up 1 degree. Should we do another degree? Yeah, bugger it, let's do 5. Let's make them sweat. You just feel that. Now, that's what happens now. It's just going to get hotter. Just going to get hotter. At what point do we get the legs out with the shorts? Spoke about that as well.
You're reiterating a lot.
Yeah, but we spoke about that as well. That's what I'm saying. But it was last week. It could be last week that was played.
Well, it will have been.
To anyone. Exactly. So...
Yeah, it's Spain's hot in the summer, but lovely. The wonderful thing about go on about it again though. This house is amazing. You walk in middle of the summer, you walk in the front door here with the doors have been shut. It is 10 degrees cooler.
I know, we're confident in the house this year.
It's beautiful.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's true. Last year we didn't know, did we?
We hoped and we thought.
We thought, but we didn't know, and it is. It's well, like I said, I think I said at another point, there was only 3 nights of the year last year that I didn't sleep under something.
Yeah, well that's good because we've just put got the new bedding out, haven't we? And done the rooms, redone. Finally got delivered. Not that it got delayed, but the bedding got delivered. So we wanted to put it in, and it's very satisfying when you order a quilt that fits the quilt cover.
Oh,
brand new quilt. Nice that.
We messed up last year though. We bought the wrong stuff, so now we've got the quilt covers that are pristine, and so now we've bought a quilt to fit them. So,
we bought new shiny white pillowcases. Although I have read, which I'm going to try, to apparently if you put bicarbonate of soda in your wash, like a cupful in a white wash, it brings your whites white. There's got to be an advert for that, isn't it?
Maybe you should take the Daz challenge.
The Daz challenge. I just thought that, and I was trying to do that. Washing machines live long with cow gone, but it's not bicarbonate of soda. I need to check whether bicarb balls up your washing machine.
Oh,
I better just check.
You better add.
I wouldn't have thought so. I saw it on a Facebook doings. But, I mean, obviously that means it's gospel. If you see it on social media, it must be true.
It has to be true.
We're watching, talking of which, social media, we're watching, which, not talking of which, but it reminded me.
Excuse me, I yawned then.
Rude, again!
No.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't laugh. What? We're watching. We just finished a programme, haven't we? We loved it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Called Traitor.
We both enjoyed it, which, let's face it,
we did.
Is unusual.
We loved it, and there's an American one which maybe we should start watching tonight.
Maybe.
Where did it go?
BBC, The Traitors. Really good. Really
Whoa.
enjoyed it.
But I think it's quite old, actually. I think it was one of them because I've been telling people like verbal diarrhea. Oh, you got to watch Traitors. You got to watch Traitors, and they're like, yeah, we've done it. We've watched it.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that, haven't you? Because we get
a bit
to things,
behind.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. Maybe it went out last year on BBC One, and we're just really being backward about this.
But that's the great thing about streaming.
We loved it. If you haven't seen it, very good. Very twisty and turny. Very devious. Very devious. Bloody Traitors. Although, I think if there's another one, I'm going to sign you up for it.
Do you think we liked it so much because we psychoanalyse everything anyway, and maybe that was what was good about it?
Yeah. Are you trying to second guess? Would you do this? Would you do that? And it's a game. Although we did think they weren't playing the game very well.
I wouldn't do very well in it.
Do you not think?
No. I'd be murdered or voted out really quite soon.
They cried a lot in there, a lot of them.
They did.
You'd cry.
I would.
You'd make friends and wouldn't want to hurt them. You're not like that.
Oh, I don't know.
No, you wouldn't. For a game, for 120 grand, no, you wouldn't. Yeah, for a game, you're going into a game. To play the game, what is the point of playing the game if you don't play the game? Don't confuse that with real life.
The difficulty there is that my empathy for people and the friendships that I make would go directly against... That'll make a hell of a noise on the microphone.
Sorry.
Would go directly against my competitive nature.
Even though you've signed up for a game, and if you're playing a game, you play it to win. Otherwise, what's the point of playing the game?
And that's my point. So you turned around and said that, you'd make lots of friends and cry a lot and you wouldn't be able to do it. And then you go, it's a game. And I'm saying that's exactly what my problem would be. Because
you said you wouldn't be able to play it. So I agreed with you and gave you that as a reason. See or no?
I don't think I'd do very well, that's all.
I'd get confused. I'd like to play it, but I'd get confused with what, and I'm also a shit liar. I cannot do it.
Understatement of the year. I'd get confused.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you couldn't play that at all.
I couldn't. I'd trip myself up in a second.
If you were a traitor, you'd be like, oh, this is terrible. Oh, I'm a traitor, I'm sorry. It wouldn't even be in the blooming...
It's like that when you go up, you see a police block, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just go up and you try not to look guilty, but every bone in your body wants to stop and say, please just check my car because I promise you I'm not guilty. Do you ever, you want to do that?
Have I done anything illegal in the last 48 hours that they know about? Yeah. Have they got... Yeah.
Oh my God.
Blooming Minority Report.
Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? Deviousness. Wow, God, Jesus Christ. Oh, talking of which, you know who you are, and I am going to say this. You're not going to like me saying this because you're going to go, yeah, Kirsty. But do you know what? Talking to traitors and stuff like that, we found out a fair few traitors over this last 16, 18 months. And don't think, you know who you are, don't think you can like a Facebook post and slide in through our side door because you're now blocked. You can bugger off. And don't forget, Simon might, but I don't. And on that note, we can move forward, because I wanted to say that, because I'm pretty sure they're also going to be listening to this. Just don't do it. I can sleep at night, and I hope you don't.
Do you know the beauty of it is?
What?
It's our podcast. We can say what we like.
Yeah, we can say what we want. Exactly. We can actually say who it is, but I'm not going to, because they know who they are. It's funny.
Yeah.
Funny as hell how people can just do that and think you forget.
Yeah, our life has moved on from the events of a couple of years ago, and we are now in a totally different place, and that's where we're at.
Which, actually, that's good. That's a good segoo. That's a good segoo.
Another segoo.
Yeah, it's another segoo. About manifesting and the law of attraction, and our sage bashing bit. Because you don't live in the past or the future. You live in the now. And if you can live in the now...
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's very Buddha. Very Buddha. But... mindfulness, the law of attraction, and the manifesting, it's all about living in the now,
yes.
Which is what we do. So the past don't count, and the future hasn't happened yet, so you can't worry about what hasn't happened yet.
And if people kind of listen to that and wonder, well, what do you mean by living in the now? Well, take, for example, an animal like a dog. They always live in the moment. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you think about them, you know, they meet another dog, or they get cross, rah, 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 and then literally seconds later, they're like, no, I love you, you're best mate.
Apart from if you're that person I blocked, I'm not like that.
No.
I don't forget. I can forgive mentally, but not physically.
So basically, yeah, and it's no good, if a dog does something wrong, it's no good waiting 3 minutes and telling them off, because they have no idea what you're telling them off for, because they live in the moment, and that's what it's about, living in the moment. And it's really difficult.
It's really hard.
To not take stuff and just let it fester and all that, but it's like, don't have envy, don't have jealousy, don't have anger.
Yeah, well, we've touched on that, and I wanted to move on to it with how we apply manifesting to that, because manifesting is very much people can think you're predicting the future, or you're making a wish, or you're going, I want this, but you're not.
If you want it,
that's
you're never going to
not
get it.
manifesting.
You're always going to want it.
If you want it, you're always going to want it. There's always a need there. If it's not making a wish, I wish I had, because you're always going to wish that you had. It's going, I'm a millionaire, we're millionaires. You heard us saying it, and people have quoted us saying it and asked us what we mean. We are millionaires. You don't need money to be millionaires. We feel like millionaires. We live our life like millionaires.
I challenge you, don't I, on that use of the word, but
yeah.
I know what you mean, because I don't use the word millionaire, I use the word wealthy.
You use the word wealthy, and abundant is another word, isn't it?
And it's not millionaire.
It's feeling the abundance.
A millionaire puts a label on the amount, and it's not about the amount. I am wealthy beyond my wildest dreams because I have you. Mm-hmm. I live in an amazing place. I live in Spain. Everything, I have enough money to eat and to live, and I want for nothing. I am content. And live your life as if you're content. And
I'm going to challenge you on that.
Go on.
If you was living on the streets and you had a tent and a dirty old sleeping bag, no food in your belly, and you're begging day to day. No, let me finish. Do you think that person believes we're rich? Rich. Monetary rich. So you're saying millionaire abundance, blah, blah, blah. So can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to discount what you're saying.
So to some people we are rich.
Yeah,
Simon.
but I couldn't possibly have empathy or understand that. A, I've never been in that situation, and B, I couldn't tell you what somebody else was thinking.
Yeah, it's a get out, but anyway.
Is it though?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not answering my question.
But I can't.
100%.
But I can't answer your question. I cannot.
Because I said, would you think that person would think we are rich?
On the basis of probability, they would think that we were in a far better position than them. Yes, I don't necessarily think they would say you were rich, but they would certainly say that we were far better off than they were.
They wouldn't say we were poor.
Well, I don't know. Depends, doesn't it?
On what?
Depends on whether they have the ability to understand that you don't have to, just because you live somewhere or don't live somewhere, doesn't make you any less poor. There are lots of people who are really struggling to make ends meet.
It's not about the roof over our head. It's not about the physical building. It's about our lifestyle, what we do, where we live, what we eat.
I would certainly say that someone like that would look at us and think, well, they are...
The fact that we could eat.
They have a privilege, certainly.
All right. Okay. Is that black or white?
It depends.
There we go.
Are you pointing at the mic stand or the tablecloth?
Yeah. But going back to that is what manifesting is. It's like you can't look into the future because the future doesn't count. You've got to live your life how you want to live it in the future, and it's really frigging hard.
Yes.
So I'm living right now that I want to put a pillow right on your head.
You don't like it when I challenge you, do you?
I don't mind when you challenge me, but when you're doing it just to be belligerent...
No, I'm not. But that's how I feel. You when you just said that, is that black or white? You're not looking through my eyes. That to me might be red. But it might be.
See, welcome to my world. I'm gonna manifest Grumpy Simon, who's probably a little bit hungry right now. No, you can't be hungry.
Oh, I don't think
we
I'm
ate too
hungry.
much. We ate too much earlier. That've got to stop and all. How's your diet going, Bestie?
All right. Do you think a baguette with 2 sausages and 2 eggs in is too much for breakfast? And that's all I've eaten today.
Yes, I do.
No,
compared to that poor homeless person. I think he would say it was too much. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think he'd have half now and half later?
I think you should have given him some. I'm going to go into Colmar now. Go and pick. There's no homeless people in Colmar. I haven't seen any. You don't see homeless people rurally, do you? There's a question, actually.
Now, that is actually really something to think about, isn't it?
Why not? Because there's plenty of old sheds and stuff that you could sleep in and live off the land. Orange, lemon, do you know what I mean? Why? Why is there no homeless people rurally?
I would say my gut reaction is to say because there's a lot less people that they can ask for money from. But then underlying that, I would say there is probably more places that you can obtain shelter and food in an urban area than there would be in a rural area.
You'd more likely get work rurally on farms and stuff like that.
I don't know. It's a bit deep, isn't it?
That is a bit deep. What's that all about?
I don't know.
How did we get there?
Or, if you are the people... Does it tend to be more of a community in a small rural location? So somebody
there is less homelessness.
So somebody would take you in, or that things are cheaper?
That is it. It's right. There is less. Full stop.
Yeah. Ooh.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Interesting. Okay. Don't know what National Day it is. Alphanati Cherry Festival next week.
I cannot believe that's a cherry festival. Have you looked that up?
No, I'm going to. But apparently...
I can't believe...
It's Alphanati Cherry Festival.
We have a cherry tree, and it is not even... There's nothing on it at the moment, because it literally grows its leaves, grows its cherries, all the cherries get taken by the birds, and then all the leaves fall off, and it just goes back to what looks like a dead tree. And then all of a sudden it will come back to life again the following year. Bish, bash, bosh, cherries. But that was not at this time of the year.
Fiesta de los Cerezos en Flor in Alphanati, 15th and 16th of April.
There we go.
There we go.
Mind you, I still can't...
Oh no, at the end of June. What? At the end of June.
Google
it's the third Saturday in June.
Well, that makes
talking
more
out
sense.
of my arse.
Right, change that then.
Cherry Day in Alphanati.
based on your story last week of the Grumpy Butcher, have you got any more stories you can share with us since we last recorded the podcast 3 hours ago?
I don't think so. I don't think I've done anything at all. I think I've been pretty well behaved in the last 3 hours.
I think you have, yeah.
Oh, I thought you thought of something that I'd done.
No, completely not. I just wondered. I was just being a facetious, I suppose, really.
Yeah, you are. That's what I mean. You're not hungry. This is what I have to rule out. You're like a baby. You're like a newborn baby that I have to rule out. Have you got a dirty nappy? Do you need a cuddle? Or are you hungry?
Maybe that's it.
Right?
I got a dirty nappy.
Them 3 things. And then the last one, if it's not any of the above, then that means
I'm just being an arse.
Well, then I have to decide whether you're just being an arse or you're going off chemically imbalanced.
Okay, so what do you think it is?
What do I think it is?
Yeah,
I think you're
I
tired.
haven't got a dirty nappy.
I know you well enough to know you're tired, you're arsey, you're only doing this podcast because I said I want to record too. And you want to sit down and do bugger all because you're in pain. See or no?
I'm doing this podcast because, yes, you asked, and I think we needed to. So I'm doing this podcast. I don't mind doing this podcast.
I pushed you and you don't like it.
But no, that's not true. The main reason, the overwhelming reason, is that I've shit myself.
Simon, you can't say that.
I can say what I like. It's my podcast.
I'm not jumping that far into old age yet.
Get the 10 of men out.
10 of men.
No, literally the 100% reason is I'm shattered.
Right. So you're grumpy ass.
So I'm grumps.
Yeah.
But
why are men like that?
Eh?
Why are you like that? This is what I've said to you. It's really hard when we've got no human resources department. Not that I worked in that era where you could just go and dob in your work colleagues. But
personnel just used to pay the wages. That was what
personnel,
I remember.
Exactly. Mind you, I've only ever worked for someone once. I've always worked for myself. I was personnel. God, when I had my business in the UK, 18 drivers. Jesus, dear God. Saturday morning, bloody agony aunt just sitting there listening to all their bitches and moans.
Did they come in after? Did they come in after the rounds for the money?
After they'd done work, then I used to pay them, and sort out their monies and stuff. And I always used to make sure I made them a cup of tea and give them a cake. I'd done that as their boss.
Yeah, fair play.
Made sure I'd done that on a Saturday. But it's not a lot, really, to make them a cup of tea and that. But I used to make them a cup of tea every morning anyway. But just, moaning and bitching and whinging. Men.
Terrible, isn't it?
God. Worse than women, I would say, for it. Worse than women.
I think they can be if they have an willing ear.
Yeah. So I'm not willing, okay? And we've got no HR. And I have to work with you. I do have a choice, but I don't have an immediate choice. I can't dob you in and get you sacked because otherwise my workload would quadruple. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I am not as green as cabbage looking. But it doesn't mean I have to put up with you whinging all the time. I have to work with you. You're the only person I see for days sometimes.
Two things here. At what point have I been whinging?
For the last, how many minutes have we been doing this podcast?
27.
27 minutes, you've not been fun at all.
But I haven't whinged.
No, but you've been picking.
But you said I was whinging.
You do whinge. You have been whinging all day about your hamstring.
I beg to differ. I whinged once. We put some deep.
Is that white or black?
White.
Oh.
To my eyes. What's it look like to yours?
Well, it's off white because I need bicarbonate of soda in with a wash with it.
Anyway,
white.
Anyway, if you haven't had enough sleep, you've got to hold your hands up and say you are Grumps McGrumpy.
Yeah, but I do.
Well, I've said that as well, but you're just chumping your bits about it.
You haven't. I had to get it out of you.
You didn't. You asked. So I told you.
Well, exactly, so you can't say.
Yeah, but I just know you're grumpy when you haven't had
I need
enough
to
sleep.
redo your hair.
Yes, I know, you keep saying that.
I know, but that's
Can
what
we
I
do
said.
it in a
It's your
minute?
head. I cut your hair, didn't I?
Yeah.
You tell everyone I'd give you a haircut. Really messed up on that bit there.
Well, would you like to try again?
Yes.
We'll do it in a minute.
Do you remember where I put the scissors?
I have absolutely no idea, but they might be in your pot in there.
I think I messed up on that bit.
All right.
Or maybe you need a hair wash.
No, I had one.
Or maybe we need to go and see a proper barber, but not her in Colmenar. We need to
You
go
said
and see
you could
Adrian
do
again. I thought I could. Let me try again on that bit.
Yeah, I'm happy to. I don't
Okay.
care what I look like being it, to be fair.
Right then.
Anything else to talk about?
No.
Is that it?
Eye contact. Eye contact? Why have I got that wrote down?
Hey, are you just being rude?
Nope. Don't do that, because I feel bad when I laugh.
You don't like that, do you?
No, I don't like it.
I have a lazy eye, and I'm the first one to take the mick out myself. So whenever I walk in and meet new people, it feels like that's the elephant in the room. So I always make a remark, don't I, or a joke at my own expense, and you don't like it.
I really, really don't like it. And God help anyone who would take the mickey out of you, because I think I'd have to knock them out, because I'd get really, really protective. I hate it, in fact. And that's not what I meant with eye contact. I don't know what I've got that wrote down. I've got Manzanilla Tea wrote down. That's a funny story. That was a little chuckle, wasn't it? With his
Yes.
Manzanilla Tea actually thought it was butter tea, never touched it in 19 years.
And I said, isn't it apple tea? It's manzana. Well...
It's not.
No,
it's chamomile tea, but it tastes like grass. It's nasty.
Oh, I had one the other night. I thought it was all right.
Did you?
Slept well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I slept well.
Oh, I slept well. Oh, do you know what? Oh, my stomach was fine. Oh, it did such a good job.
Slept well, just sleep well. Why is that? It's the first thing that comes out your mouth in the morning.
How'd you sleep?
How'd you sleep?
Yeah, on me back with my head on a pillow.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Yeah.
Oh, I was awake at 2 o'clock and get back to sleep at 4
you know,
o'clock. What a crap conversation every morning.
I know, but we always ask guests that, and then we go, damn, I shouldn't have asked guests that.
I know.
In case they didn't.
I know.
But you know what? I didn't. The bed was bloody horrible and the pillows were too hard, which no guests have ever said. But
I mean,
that's what we always think they're going to say.
We say things, well, that's our main thing for this year. There's not many, but that is one of our main things for this year. Just know when to shut up.
I know.
Just too many words, too much conversation. So if you are a guest here and we go, just tell us shut up.
Yeah.
We won't take offence. We really won't. Unnecessary information as well.
Oh, all the time. Totally.
I don't know why we do that.
We overthink, we overspeak and everything, I know.
I don't know how we've even got any guests, let alone repeat guests.
I know. But we have, and they're wonderful people. And the people we meet are amazing, and we thoroughly enjoy doing it. So.
We love it. We love what we do. We wouldn't do it if not. We wouldn't do it if we didn't like it.
No.
Certainly wouldn't do it just for the money.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm so grateful for that we don't have to work in a job that we're just literally doing just for the money. Oh, my God. So grateful for that. Because I have been in that position only once in my life when I first moved out here. And even though I was cleaning, because that's kind of like the only job you can get when you get here, and I hated it. And I clean here and we clean the apartment. We get paid to clean. I like cleaning, but I just hated doing the cleaning.
Is it because you had no choice?
I had no choice. And I hated getting up in the morning. It's the only work I could get,
Well,
and I had to feed my family.
You still don't like getting up in the morning. That's a hard thing. You really have to, because you used to get up so early for your job. When you had your own business.
It's not even that. It's the fruit and veg. I had to get up 4 a.m. Oh God! For too many years, I didn't want to do that. The only time I like getting up is when I went to Covent Garden Market, and that was 1 o'clock before I had the kids.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
That's not really getting up though. That's just not going to bed, is it?
No. I used to love working in New Covent Garden Market. It was ace. I loved that. But, yeah, that's my privilege. That I'm grateful for that every single day, that I don't need an alarm clock to wake me up. So when we have guests and I have to get up at 10 to 8, not even late, is it? I need to make sure I go to bed early enough so I don't have to set the alarm clock.
Yes.
So I don't get cross as soon as I get woken up by the alarm clock.
Extraordinary.
Is it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Makes perfect sense.
That's my goal.
Makes
just to wake up naturally. I mean, I could wake up at 6:30 and want to go and do a run and then meditate and do some yoga, but that's never going to happen. You need to set realistic goals. So my realistic goal is that I'm going to wake up naturally. Yeah, wake up naturally at 8 o'clock without Westlife playing to me, soothing me into awakeness.
Well, there you go, everyone.
Yeah.
That's Kirsty's morning. So, thank you once again very much for listening. I'm going to take myself off and be grumpy.
Yeah, I'm going to go as far away from you as possible.
You did say you'd make teas.
I've already made tea.
Chicken and mushroom pie.
Chips or jacket?
Ooh. You'll have to wait and hear what I chose.
Oh my God, dirt.
See you next time.
Adios.
Bye. You were listening to The Journey with Kirsty and Simon. Please rate, review and subscribe if you like what we do. And don't forget to check out our website, casakisi.com, for all our accommodation offers. We'll see you next time.